That one was Blondie. She's a 4-year-old female. And then I don't remember what this one's name was. But this is the one that my wife, the brown one. This is the one my wife fell in love with. And first messaged me about and told me that she was 2 years old and that she had some sight and hearing issues. What do you think? And I said no, because there's usually a reason why a dog is in a shelter at 2 years old with sight and hearing issues. But she wanted her anyway, and if you've been with me for a while, you saw the video when they came home back in, it was either late November or early December. And they came home on a Friday, and she was fine on Saturday. Weren't you, baby girl? Yes. Sunday, my wife had to travel because she had to be at her location Monday morning, bright and early. And that first Sunday at about 11 o'clock in the morning, she went into a grand mal seizure. Over there, if you see between the gates over there, that's where I buried our last dog, Nikki. And that was still fresh on my mind. I buried her on October 15th. But I thought for sure that dog was dying on me. So she had that first seizure at 11. She had another one. Of course, there's no vets in this town open on Sunday. So I called the veterinary clinic in North Las Vegas where we had Nikki when we lived over there. And that's, oh geez, hour and a half drive from here. It's on the other side of that mountain. So by the time we got there, she had had one more seizure right before we left. And by the time we got to the clinic out there, it was almost 5 o'clock. And they did some blood work and brought her home, and she had another seizure the following morning. I took her to the vet clinic here. So that first weekend, it was $328 or something like that at that veterinary clinic over in Northtown. I took her here and got her on some medication. That was another $200. And it's just been, a struggle to keep these grand mal seizures under control. And she was fine for the first week and a half, and then she had a bunch more, like 4 more seizures, and we adjusted her medication and we're good for a couple of weeks. And then she had some more seizures, like 3 or 4 more seizures, and adjusted her medication again. And then the last seizure that she had was right after Christmas. Between Christmas and New Year's, she had another seizure, and that's when I she was on potassium bromide, and I put her at the highest level that I could without killing her. And the veterinary, when we got a hold of the vet, they agreed, and she's been fine for a month. And in fact, she was steadily getting better, and we had made an appointment for yesterday, Saturday, what is it, the 20, I don't know, the end of January, 20-something. Anyway, the date's not important. We had made an appointment for that Saturday to bring her in to have some blood work done, some follow-up, and to make sure that her potassium bromide levels weren't toxic. We had an appointment for 10:45 Saturday morning, and she had a seizure at 5 a.m. and it was a bad one. And her seizures usually go 3 minutes, maybe between 2.5, 3 minute grand mal, where she just completely locks up. About a minute of paddling, and then a couple of minutes of just panting and kind of, recovering. And she's completely out of it when she's going through this. So the whole seizure might last 5 minutes from beginning to end. And it just takes the wind right out of her, man. and she's disoriented, no balance, and we're letting her try to recover inside the house, and she's just running into walls and running into the table, and it breaks my heart to see her go through this. So I let her go outside, in the fenced-in backyard. At least she has a little more room where she can avoid obstacles. And after about a half an hour wandering around aimlessly in the backyard, she's ready for a nap. Well, Saturday morning's episode, she had the grand mal where she completely locked up, and then a couple of minutes of paddling, and then she laid there on the floor for 40 minutes, panting. I thought for sure she was going to die. Yeah, so I spent most of the day at the vet clinic. She spent the entire day there, and $960 later, we still don't have any answers. So, but she's on some, I forget what the hell the medicine is. It's the same medicine that they give epilepsy patients for to control seizures. But she's going to be on potassium bromide and this other medication, try to get these under control. And we might have to put her down. So those are the breaks you get when you take on a shelter dog. Those are the breaks you take on whenever you take on a dog, period. You never know. But, shelter dogs a lot of them are there because of health issues that the owners can't afford or just can't go through. But her quality of life begins to deteriorate. We're going to have to make that decision. I hate to do that. We're trying to make her as comfortable and as happy as we can make her. She's a sweet, sweet girl. Just a very gentle disposition. I hate to see her suffer. But last night yesterday, she had the seizure before the vet. Before we went to the vet, she had another seizure at the vet, and then she had 2 more last night. And they gave me 2 doses of some stuff that I had to put up her ass in a syringe. It's a liquid. It's supposed to stop seizures. I forget what it's called. Anyway, it's just a bunch of bullshit. I don't like it at all. But we love our Mika. We want her to be healthy and happy. So if you're the praying type, pray for my dog. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. She's such a good girl. Yes, you are, aren't you? You're so sick all the time. And you're just a jealous bitch, aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you? Oh. But the other one, she's fine. Shadow? Mika. While I was before I took her home last night, I asked the vet, what did the dog weigh the first time we came here, back in December, and she was 58 pounds. The first time we took her to the vet about 2 months ago. And yesterday, she weighed in at 66 pounds. So she's a little fatty. Yes, she is. Oh, that sun feels good on you, doesn't it? Alright, so that's an update on the dogs. Probably didn't mean anything to a lot of people, but if you've been with me for a while and you saw how excited the kids were to have their new dogs come here, you can understand how much it breaks our heart to have to watch her suffer. And we're not hiding any of this stuff from our children, because these are all teachable moments. They need to see this kind of stuff. We're not sheltering our kids from it. They're aware that the dog is sick, and we're trying to make her better. So you may not agree with that. You're not their parents. So, well, like I said, here's the update on the dogs. I wish I could bring you joyous news about our new members of the family, but we can't win them all. But regardless, we'll keep her fed and sheltered and alive as long as her quality of life is not diminished. And we may have to put her down. Last night I was thinking about, you know, my wife was at her wit's ends. She was completely beside herself emotionally, and of course, you know, what can you do? It's 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday night. There's no vet clinics open. There's an emergency vet clinic open somewhere in Vegas, apparently. But you know, I'd drive an hour to go put my dog down. You know, you may not agree with this, but I was brought up on a farm, and we took care of that stuff ourselves. If the vet wasn't available, we took care of it ourselves. So I just about was at that point. I thought, no, let's get her on this new medication and see if we can get this stuff under control. And then if she continues to seize, then we'll cross that bridge during regular business hours. One of the disadvantages of living in rural America. Anyway, sorry to bring you down. Didn't mean to. But I said, you know, I'd give an update, so there's an update. So, stay tuned for some more bus videos. I don't know, it won't be a couple of weeks before we get windows, because our window budget is over there at the veterinary clinic. And but I got plenty to keep me busy. In the meantime, I got to do some maintenance on the Suburban and on the car, and that's kind of priority right now for this week. But I'll probably try to get some steel up this week. But in the meantime, you know the routine. Have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry. Have a splendid day. I'm gonna go snuggle my daughter.